Afternoon, gang. Okay, it's about 2 o'clock my time, and yeah, I've been out planting stuff and trying to work on my yard. Nice day, so go figure. Okay, and of course the world doesn't stop, and it's Friday, and this isn't announcements or anything like that. This is stuff that's actually happening. Uh, yeah, guess what? Another day, another train derailment. This time it is in Alabama. And again, it's Norfolk Southern. Ironically, this was couple that happened at like 6:45 this morning, Eastern time, and this was a couple hours before the CEO of Norfolk Southern was supposed to testify to Congress. Now, of course, the whole thing is, it's just a train derailment. There's 1,700 of these a year, yada, yada, yada. That's kind of the way it's being spun. I'll give you this. Okay. Now the train came from Ohio and was going to I think it was Huntsville. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was Mobile. Don't have the computer in front of me, so I'm not looking at it. But not that it came from Ohio has anything to do with it. They said, hey, there were no injuries, there were no hazardous chemicals spilled, anything of the sort. That's a good thing. Okay, 30 cars falling off the tracks, not a good thing. Want to know what was on some of those cars? Diesel exhaust fluid. Okay, now maybe I'm reading into this, and I know some of you guys schooled me quite well on how trains work and sit on tracks and everything like, or on the wheels and everything like that, and I appreciate that. Okay, me learning something is always a good thing too. I've got conflicting reports. Some people have said that cars are just on the wheels by gravity. Others have said they're held between 2 and 4 pins, and so either way, okay, it's still suspicious. Now, was this sabotage? Not from what we can tell. Okay, it looks like it was poor maintenance of the tracks. Norfolk Southern owns the tracks, guys. Okay, this isn't a the government owns the tracks and the government's not doing it. The railroads own the tracks, and when another railroad, let's say Union Pacific or a commuter rail or something, Amtrak wants to use the tracks, they have to pay a rent, I guess, if you will, to use those tracks, to use somebody else's tracks. So Norfolk Southern is supposed to maintain these. But isn't it ironic that all of these derailments happen to be Norfolk Southern trains? I'm sorry, but even though you're saying there's on average, what I say, 4 a day, 1,700 or something like that, this is getting to be too much. And yes, all of us are radar is, our antenna are up a lot more because of what happened in East Palestine. But even then, it's every day we're seeing another one of these train derailments, and every day they have something to do with supply chain. I mean, besides the fact that it is the trains, which is part of supply chain, or oil, which obviously we need to go. This time it's diesel exhaust fluid. Now, granted, I'm going to go right back to what I said in the other video, is why is it that it's not a bunch of trains that have cattle on them or hogs or something like that or derail? Why is it always the one that's got some sort of petroleum product that somehow is directly affected by or directly affects the supply chain and what we can buy? Now, MonkeyWorks had a real interesting video the other day, and his speculation is that this is, and again, he's thinking the same thing I am, that this is sabotage, but he's taking it in a different direction, that this is going more toward the tracks in the area and stuff like that would move military equipment. He makes a real good case for that too. So don't necessarily rule that one out, because the military has their own railroad company, I guess, if you will, that moves military equipment. You all have seen trains sometime in your life moving vehicles, tanks, APCs, whatever would be, okay? If you start damaging those tracks, then that military equipment can't move. I don't know. What could that have something to do with? Good possibility. And like I said, he makes a good case for that too. I know everybody's going to go, oh, this is all conspiracy theory crap. No, the conspiracy theory is when it happens a couple of times. When it's happening every freaking day. I mean, what did we have? Three derailments yesterday of high-profile derailments, and we got this one today. I mean, come on. How many have we had this month? I mean, we're 10 days into March. How many have we already had? How many have we had in the last 30 days? Let's look at how big this is. This isn't just little stuff. What's going to happen when it's a passenger train and we have all of a sudden 70 people killed? Kind of something like happened in, what was it, Greece the other day, I think it was, or France, one of the two. It was happened in Southern Europe. When you had passenger train derail and all of a sudden, dead people. So that was something interesting. The other one to pay attention to is what's going on in Ukraine. And this is, again, worthwhile. Bakhmut, you guys all know what's going on there. This is where I was telling you that Ukrainian conscripts, their average life expectancy is 4 hours. Okay, they get sent to the front line. The average life expectancy for somebody there is 4 hours. Okay, just telling you. Imagine sending your kid off to war at lunch knowing he's not coming home for dinner. That's what it is. Well, last night, and again, remember, they're about 9 hours ahead of us here, time-wise. So this is probably 24 hours ago. Russia hit a barrage of Bakhmut with 81 missiles and rockets, including their hypersonic missiles. Okay? They're using everything but Poseidon at this point. Now, intelligence is saying that Bakhmut will probably fall to the Russians in the next couple of days. You can bet that Zelensky's going to be out pounding the table going, we need more weapons, we need more money, yada, yada, yada. Please send me this sort of stuff, right? Okay. I will give you one piece of good news about the whole Ukrainian crap that's going on. The Oscars are Sunday. And Zelensky asked the Oscar committee, or whoever runs the thing, if he could make a video address during the Oscars. Why? It's not like anybody watches them anyway. Okay. Hollywood told him no. That's big, because the biggest proponents, the biggest group of people that are endorsing the war in Ukraine and we have to support Ukraine has been Hollywood. If Hollywood is now starting to have second thoughts about it, maybe there's hope yet that we can stop sending our money, our equipment, and God help us if they send our people into that war. That's their problem. Russia's not going to quit, guys, okay, till Ukraine falls. It's about time that NATO and the United States realize we can keep pissing money into that pot. It's not going to matter. It'll be until the last tank, the last bullet, the last man. But not our problem. And again, I come back to what I say all the time. Somebody please show me where Ukraine has ever sent a penny in aid, a single person, or anything when we have devastating hurricanes, wildfires, anything. Please, somebody show me where they've ever helped us. I'll be waiting for a long time. Pinball out.